Hi everyone, today we're going to do a cool effect using lines and clipping mask to make a picture kind of pop out of a picture, kind of creating a little bit of an illusion going on. So to start, you're going to need to draw a silhouette of an object, and that's basically something that is filled in a solid color. You can trace a picture, you can freehand a picture. Color does not matter because we're going to fill it in anyway eventually. So for the sake of this drawing, I'm just going to do a simple apple. And like I said, we want this to be a silhouette, so I'm going to completely fill it in. And once it's there, you're ready for the next step. Now, I just pinched my screen a little bit so I can see the edges of the canvas, which is important for this next step. So I'm going to make a new layer. And I'm going to pick a color, and I'm going to kind of keep changing my color. So I'm going to make a color scheme. And from top to bottom, and I'm going off the top of the page and off the bottom of the page, I'm going to make a line, hold so that it straightens out. I'm going to drag and fill in that space. I'm going to change the color. Same thing. And I'm going to do this going across the entire canvas, but I want to change not only colors, but also the thickness of the lines. And you can do as many colors as you want. I kind of prefer to do 3 or 4, so it's not too many. And then eventually just start repeating colors. Now you don't have to repeat them in the same pattern, so you can go out of order if you want to. If you want to call it in order. So some of the lines can be really thick, some can be really thin. If you decide to throw a white line in there, make sure that you fill it in, and it's not just a line with an empty space. You do want it to be filled in white. Some of this kind of aqua color back in here. And that line, I think it went too far. Didn't want to straighten out. There we go. And the last one, we'll do that color. Okay. So now we have the lines. Don't worry about the shape underneath. We'll take care of that later. We're going to go into layers, slide that layer with the line to the left and hit duplicate. Now we have 2 of them. And I'm going to drag one of them. So tap and hold and drag it underneath my silhouette. So it's kind of like a sandwich with the silhouette in between. I'm going to go back to the top layer. I'm going to tap the arrow on the top of the screen. And now I'm going to, with both fingers, I'm going to rotate those stripes so that they can be on an angle if you prefer, but I kind of like to go as close to 90 degrees as possible. And I'm going to stretch it out so that they fill the screen. I could also, on the bottom, tap freeform and then grab one of the handles if I want to have more stripes on the screen, and grab that. But you want to fill the whole canvas with that rotated layer. So now I'm going to go back to my layers. Now this is where the cool part happens. I'm going to go to the thumbnail, tap it, and choose clipping mask, which is right here. And that will clip that layer into the silhouette that's underneath. So immediately you can see that shape start to form, and you kind of get an illusion of it popping out. But we want it to pop out more. So I'm going to go back to my layers, go to the layer with the silhouette. I'm going to duplicate that. So slide it to the left, hit duplicate, go to the bottom layer. I'm going to grab the arrow tool, but before you do that, assuming it's black, we're going to do this next step. If it's not black or a dark shade of a color, you want to go to the magic wand where adjustments are, tap use saturation and brightness, and drag brightness all the way to the left to make that layer black. And then go back to the arrow tool, and I'm just going to slide that out to the side and make a drop shadow. And you can see more about drop shadows in my drop shadow tutorial video. Now you can leave it like this, or you can go back to that adjustments menu, choose Gaussian blur, drag your finger slightly to the right until it blurs a little bit to give it a little more of a realistic blur. And you can blur that shadow as much as you want. You don't want to overdo it and make it go away, or maybe you do, because that looks kind of cool too. It kind of dims the image in the background. I kind of like it having more of a shadow effect like that. But it's your choice, it's your art. Do it the way you want. Have fun, good luck with it. Hope you found this video tutorial useful. Thanks for subscribing and leaving a comment below. If you have an idea for a project you'd like to see, leave a comment and let me know, or questions about Procreate. I'll try my best to answer them, and I'll see you next time.